Okay, so I'm going to show you how to create a selective color edit using the Pixlr web application. If you haven't created anything in Pixlr yet, I posted a how-to Google Doc for signing up and creating your own free account. So here's an example of a selective color edit and another example here. So we're going to create one of these together. So first you need to have taken a photo with some bright colors in it. Then I'm going to open that photo from wherever I saved it to on my Chromebook or desktop computer. So I'm going to go File, Open Image. I'm going to select the image that I want to do a selective color edit with. So here I'll open up this other photo of a cacti, and I have options here from original or full HD. Either will work. I'm going to choose full HD. So here's my image. If we take our cursor to the right-hand side of our screen, you can see your layers panel just like in Photoshop. So if I click on these three dots to the left of my layer, I have layer settings. If I click there and then go to the bottom of my layer options or layer settings, there's a cursor or a button with two rectangles which says duplicate layer. That's beside the trash can. So I'm going to click duplicate layer, and that's just made a copy of my image on top of the original one. So just like in Photoshop, our edits apply top down. So I'm going to make my edit on the top layer to turn it into a black and white image while leaving the bottom layer in color. So I'm going to take my cursor up to the top of my options bar and choose adjustment. From adjustment, I'm going to choose hue saturation. When I click here, I have the middle toggle is going to allow me to either increase the saturation of my colors, making them very bright and vibrant, or to eliminate the saturation of hues in the entire image. So once I've done that and I'm satisfied, I'm going to click apply. And then I'm going to eliminate the black and white flower from my top layer so that it will reveal the colored flower in the layer underneath. So I'm going to go to the scissors icon in my toolbar, which is cutout/mask. I have the magic cutout option, and when I'm in the magic cutout, it's going to select the pixels that are similar in color. So it did a decent job on the first try, but it did noticeably pick up some of the green in the background behind. So if I'm going to be a little bit of a perfectionist, I may choose to use the draw cutout option instead. So if I want to do the draw cutout and I want to go back from what I did in magic cutout, I can always hit Control Z to remove that color. I'm okay with most of what it did, so I'm going to start with this as my base. Then if I want to zoom in to get a closer look, Control plus, Control Alt plus, Okay, a little bit different. So we have the magnifying glass down here, so I can zoom in to the area of the flower in my image. Come back up to my scissors and choose the draw cutout. So I have the option of removing from cutout or adding to cutout. If you're finding that one option isn't working, try the other, okay? So I'm going to make my brush size smaller, and I'm going to try to paint in some of the colors by removing them from the black and white layer and revealing them in the layer underneath. So this is very similar to masking in Photoshop, with the exception that we are doing a little bit of destructive editing in a way that we can't see the mask. We do have the option to add back in and remove, so it's similar to painting with black and white. Some of you might find this easier this way. Some of you might find it a little more confusing. It's not exactly removing these pixels from the black and white image. It's just masking them to reveal the colored pixels of the flower in the layer underneath. So I'm doing a kind of quick job here, trying to pick up those colors in the flower. Let's say I am happy with my selection for now in terms of the red and the orange in the photo, but I'm looking at it and I'm saying, well, I'm not very happy that the original magic cutout revealed the green underneath. So then I want to go back up to the top and switch my option from remove from cutout to add to cutout. I'm going to make my brush size a little bit bigger so this is faster. And I'm going to paint back around those greens, and it will reveal them back to be black and white as their original state is in the top layer, the top black and white layer. So this is how you can quickly create a selective color edit. And I'd encourage you to play around with getting closer, play around with images that use more than one color, take lots of photos for this one. It can have a really, really cool, fun effect. And make sure that if your photo doesn't have as much color as you'd originally have anticipated or liked, go back down to that bottom layer, go back up to adjustments, and you can boost the saturation of those colors. So I can make these reds even more vibrant that way. Try not to go too far in one direction, but I think it's pretty great looking here. So when I'm finished, I need to save my image. So I'm going to go File, Save, and then make sure you name it something that you'll remember, like Selective Color Edit and your name. Choose JPG from your file type. That stands for JPEG, which is an image file that we can load onto Wix, onto Google Slides, and onto our Flipgrid. I'm going to choose high quality and download to go into your downloads folder, and then you are all set to go.